How was school?
It was alright.
That's it? That's all you have to say? Did you at least do your homework?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know who I saw the other day? Jessica's mom. How is she?
No.
Is Jessica in your class again this year?
I don't care about admissions. I want profit. So, update me.
Honey, how was work?
It's alright. It's busy as usual.
Okay, you two don't tell me anything. I cook you dinner and I don't even get a nice conversation in return.
Alright. I mean, this year is going to be the busiest year we've ever had. Business is booming. That means you two get to reap all the benefits.
Jane, what did I say about playing with your food? You're not a baby anymore. What happened? I thought you liked steak.
My teacher said that steaks are really bad for the environment. Apparently the production process emits tons of carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide? Since when were you interested in chemistry?
Well, that's not the point. The point is that we're all gonna die. It's gonna get hotter and hotter.
Sweetie, nothing's gonna happen. Just finish your food.
Listen to your mother. It's not feeling all that hot right now, is it? Plus, whatever happens, the government can deal with it. Don't you worry. Come on. Let's eat.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
Are your parents with you? You shouldn't be out here on your own.
No, my mother has 3 jobs, so I come here to wait for her.
How old are you?
9.
Do you want some company?
Sure.
I'm Jane. What's your name?
I'm Sam. It's nice to meet you. I really like the sea.
Do you? Me too.
Where I used to live in the Maldives, we would go to the beach all the time. My dad would carry me into the water. It was so cold and it tastes so salty. But then we were scared of the water, so we stopped going.
Why? What happened?
The waves got bigger and bigger. Then one day, a super huge wave washed everything away. The wave was really strong, and my dad got lost in the water. We had to get away, but we could not find him.
Sam, I'm so sorry. That must have been really hard.
It was scary. All of the buildings were gone, and we had to board the fastest plane to wherever. So we got here, and there were some scary grown-ups telling us we were climate refugees. I don't know what that means, and my mother won't even tell me what happened to my home. So I was scared of the ocean for a while, but now it's fine.
Sam, you really are strong for having braved all of that. Do you want me to stay with you until your mum comes to pick you up?
Sure, thank you.
What's that?
My dad gave it to me. Do you see this? This was his childhood home.
It's beautiful. The sky is so clear, and I've never seen the ocean so blue before.
Me too. I always wanted to visit his hometown, but now it's just all water.
Water?
The island sank just a few years ago. I can only imagine how nice it would have been. The rocks, the trees, and the sea.
Sam, I'm so sorry I'm late. Work took longer than I thought. Hello. Sam, who's this?
This is...
Jane, nice to meet you.
Mom, can I stay here for a little longer? I was just about to tell Jane about the paloo.
We've really got to get going. I can't be late for my shift at the diner later. Actually, could I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
I'm really sorry to ask you this, but Sam seems to really like you. He never shows anyone his snow globe, let alone talk about his dad. I was wondering whether you could spend more time with him while I'm on my shifts. He's always so lonely, and I feel so guilty leaving him all by himself. But it's the only way to keep food on the table.
Of course. I understand. I'd love to take care of Sam. I've got plenty of time, and plus, Sam's good company.
Okay, thank you so much. It's great to see him happy around someone again. He's been through so much. It was nice meeting you. Sam, we've got to go. Say bye to Jane.
Okay. Bye, Jane.
Bye, Sam. Today at school, we learned about how renewable energy could be the key to a sustainable planet. So I was thinking, maybe this year for my birthday, we could get solar panels installed on the rooftops.
All this talk about climate change, and I'm still freezing my butt off every winter. Do you see the contradiction?
David, come on. There's no need to be so aggressive.
This scientific evidence isn't just conflicting, but it's also insufficient. God is in control and temperature fluctuates naturally. Stop watching all this nonsense on the news. It is killing your brain. Do you want to hear some real, fantastic politicians talk about this so-called climate change?
Our air and land is clearer than ever reported.
The idea of human-induced global climate change is one of the biggest hoaxes perpetrated out of the scientific community.
CO2 in the atmosphere has none of the characteristics of a pollutant. First of all, the data has been corrupted.
Our water is among the cleanest in the world.
It's a hoax. There's no climate change catastrophe.
In case you have forgotten, this year hasn't been the warmest year on the record. The data has been manipulated by NASA.
Now, in regards to climate change,
it's
our
not
climate
climate
change
change.
is what's the issue? What's the job? Our president
And that is what we are going for.
It's a hoax.
Dad, I get that we may have conflicting opinions on this matter, but the facts are all here. Why can't you just stay calm and observe the trends that scientists have been recording for the past decade?
Jane, just be a bit more understanding. With our family business and the way that things have been these past few years, this is complicated.
No, it's not. Our temperatures have never been higher and our emissions have never been higher. It's a really strong positive correlation. And besides, there have been numerous renowned figures and studies that have recognized this as an increasingly alarming issue that threatens most species on Earth.
Correlation is not equal causation. You think you know everything. Well, you don't.
David.
How do you think we get food on the table every day? How do you think you get beautiful clothes to wear, top-tier education, and a roof over your head?
Look, Dad, I get that, but why can't you just see that?
For God's sake, Jane! Our family owns an electricity plant powered by coal! The same officials that you get your information from keep telling me our business is causing global warming? They're fools! Now, I don't want to hear any more about this. Do you understand?
David, you know how I feel about this. That conversation did not have to go that way.
So you're taking her side now?
I'm not.
She's to grow up. I don't want to hear about this from either of you.
She's not completely wrong, you know? There are so many issues with—
Look, it's been a long day at work. I don't want to deal with this.
Well, you're going to have to, David. It's important.
Well, I don't know what more there's to say. You need to reevaluate your opinions. This family business is more important than whatever activism our daughter thinks she's getting into.
Oh, so now activism is a bad thing?
Don't be so dramatic. Everything that you fought for back then. Black Lives Matter was a human rights issue. Saving the animals and fighting climate change isn't a human problem.
I don't think that's fair. And either way, it is still worth fighting for.
Sure, activism is important no matter the cause. But look at how it's affecting Jane. I don't know if this is just a phase inspired by your past, but whatever. Don't come in my study. I have a meeting.
Hey, Sam. Jane, we gotta do something. If we don't, more and more natural disasters will hit us and cause destruction. We can't let this happen.
Sam, it's okay. Look, listen. I can't promise anything. But we can make a change, Sam. Maybe, just maybe, we can get people to actually hear us. And then we won't have to suffer the effects of climate change anymore.
You really think 2 kids can make any difference? I don't know.
We can only keep fighting for our future.
We can do something like this.
Don't let me die!
Your policies will be our death sentence.
How many lives must be lost?
When will you do something? Seas are rising, so are we!
Seas are rising, so are we! Seas are rising, so are we! Seas are rising, so are we! Seas are rising, so are we!
Jane? Why are you back so late?
None of your business.
Jane, where were you? I was worried.
A protest. Can I go now?
Why didn't you call to tell me about this?
Look, just leave me alone, okay?
Jane, I get it. You're upset with your father and I, but can't you see that we have other priorities? Plus, going to a protest is not safe.
It was peaceful! And I went to that protest because it should be a priority to people like you, and to the mayor, and to people like Dad.
Oh, please, cut your father some slack. You know him. He has a hard time understanding these types of things. And don't snap at us so often. We are trying.
No, you're not! And you know what? I would expect you, of all people, to understand what I'm fighting for. But no, you're always gonna side with him, never with me. You're never gonna fight for what's right, and I hate you for it.
We will continue this discussion another time. You better go to bed.
Mom, I can't believe you can be such a hypocrite. I can't believe you can sleep at night knowing you sold your soul to the devil.
Jane, you better think about what you're gonna say next.
I've seen pictures, you know? I've seen pictures of you and your friends marching up and down the streets with your big banners and your megaphones. What happened to that girl who would do all of that for a cause? Part of why I'm so avid about acting for a change is because I know it's in my blood to do what is right. And I felt inspired knowing that my mom personally fought for the Black Lives Matter movement. But I guess I was wrong. I guess meeting Dad and getting a delicious taste of luxury really can change a person. So much so that they forget their moral conscience, their roots, their power to do something important.
Jane, don't you dare walk out of this room! Come here. I'm sorry.
I'm just so scared and confused and worried and guilty. I know.
I'm so proud of you, okay? Hey, look. You remind me so much of myself that I've forgotten. And you're right. Jane, you're right. Us adults should do better than to belittle your efforts.
Just feels like no matter what I do, it's just never enough. You know, everyone at school and Dad thinks I'm a joke, and they don't understand that it's their planet too. And worst of all, our society just gives up on the people who need the most help. I don't understand. If we have the resources and the money, why don't we do more?
I know. Look, big issues like the ones you're trying to tackle will not just go away. Even with Black Lives Matter, the fight is still far from over. It has been however many years of reforms and policy changes, yet the world is still far from perfect. So, if I have one piece of advice, it's to act from the heart. Drive and passion can take you farther than you will ever imagine. Okay? You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Happy birthday, Sam!
You remembered!
Of course. You're never gonna guess what I have for you. Ta-da! A chocolate cake.
Chocolate? But didn't chocolate go extinct after the Ghana plantations cannot handle climate changes?
Well, there are still a few plantations left, but you're right. Chocolate is more rare and expensive than ever. My dad actually got this as a gift, but I thought it could be better appreciated by someone else. No one should have to go through life without having tasted chocolate.
Wow, I'm speechless. Thank you so much, Jane.
Well, here's to 1 year older. What are you gonna wish for?
I'll tell you if you promise to help me with something.
Okay, I promise.
I want to start a campaign for stopping another landfill site in my neighborhood.
Landfill site? Sorry, Sam. That's awful.
Yeah, they're only building it in our household because they know we can do nothing about it. And my mother has been having headaches and breathing problems ever since. And it's all because of the existing landfill. The pollution is so bad that I can just sit here around waiting for my neighbors and I slowly get killed.
Okay, Sam. Let's do it.
So tomorrow we can start planning?
Yeah?
Mom!
Hi, Sam.
What are you working on over here?
You know that girl from the pier? She's helping us organize a petition.
A petition?
You know, to stop the new building of the new landfill site.
Sam, that's a great idea. You should tell everyone in the complex about it. I'm sure they'll support you.
Sam, Melinda!
It's a busy night, huh?
Sure is. Thing is, we ran out of pork and spinach last night. Our produce guy said that all farms had an extremely poor harvest. There might not be enough food for later.
How can we help?
No, don't bother yourselves with that. Here, have some soup.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Uncle Sean. Get this. We're doing a petition.
We?
Well, me and this girl from the Pure. Her name is Jane. And she's an amazing activist for the environment. So we decided to stop the new building of the landfill site nearby.
Wow, Sam. How are you going to convince them to do that?
Yeah, I don't know, Sam. Mayoress Wilson is building the site, and she's got a lot of people backing her up.
Sure, it'll be fine. The most we can do is try to get our voices heard, right?
Maybe we can convince them by interviewing people, like you two, and Alex. He'll be a ton of help. What's wrong?
Sam, Alex, he's in the hospital.
I was gonna tell you, but not until later.
What happened?
He was coughing up blood, so we pitched in some money to give him a checkup. Turns out he has lung cancer.
Lung cancer? But how? Is he okay?
You know Alex. He's tough. I'm sure he'll pull through.
We can go visit him sometime this week.
The medical expenses are going to be a lot to cover, but we're hoping everyone in the complex can pitch in a little.
After all that he's done for us, it's the least we can do.
Look, we've got to go, but don't worry about it, all right?
Yeah, Sam, we're all very proud of you.
Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye. First Miss Park, now Alex. How many more people need to get sick before the government does something?
We have to stay hopeful. Look at Sam. Look how excited he was about that petition. He could really do something if the project pulls through.
These living conditions won't get any better. People are dying, and the medical expenses are enough to put us on the streets. Why can't the government see that building this landfill site has real human consequences?
If they could implement a law, something that would stop the building of landfills, factories, and coal plants in certain areas, we would be so much safer.
I'm starting to fear that that day won't come. The poor only get poorer. What can we do to change anything?
You'll see. I think Sam and his friend are onto something. A change will come.
Hello, ma'am. Would you like to sign a petition banning the local landfill site construction?
Girl, move along. I'm in a rush.
No, don't leave. I mean, it'll only take 2 seconds of your time to save a whole neighborhood.
Okay, that sounds great. And I guess if I can make a difference as an individual, I would. But here's a quick reality check. You can't.
Hey, ma'am, would you like to?
Hi, would you like to sign this petition?
You young people never cease to make me laugh. Do you really think a few signatures would do the world any good?
Hi, sir. Please, could you just take 2 minutes of your time to sign this petition to ban the building of a landfill site?
No.
I'm sorry, sir. Why not?
Because I've seen your Instagram blogs and petitions, and the reality is, this obsession that you student groups have of individual lifestyle changes is pointless and a waste of everyone's time.
Well, sir, and I mean no disrespect, but that plastic bag there, for example, you as a mindful consumer could have avoided it by preparing a reusable bag in advance. I mean, every little action counts, and we should all do our parts, right?
I am sick of you people neglecting engagement with systemic issues in the world and thinking that this problem actually stems from us individuals. So don't go preach your power of consumers crap before you educate yourself about the ultimate root cause. Take out that laptop that you teenagers love to be on and educate yourself.
Jane, how can we get to 100,000 signatures?
I don't know, Sam. But we have to keep trying. I mean, the man did have a point. Even we as activists have to try and understand other perspectives. Perhaps we should do some more research and get to the bottom of this. Let's come back next weekend and try again, okay?
Sounds good. Same time?
Of course. Tell your mum I said hi.
Bye.
Citizens, I urge you to listen as I tell you our plans for a great new future. I am excited to announce that we will be reallocating the funds from our environmental protection program to our development bureau. We look forward to the development of our city's infrastructure and have big land reclamation projects to further our urban.
No, you listen to me. I may not be an adult, I may not be a scientist, and I sure as hell am not a fortune teller. But I do know that suffering is coming. For years, the science has screamed in our faces, and all you have done is respond with a simple no and turn away. I refuse to go on this way. I refuse to be someone who just sits around waiting for more and more vulnerable people to suffer. We need to wake up and see that this issue is not just about our land and our seas and our skies. This is about our livelihood. I'm 16 years old. I have so much life left to live. I want a future. Why can't people see that? Why do I feel as though I'm alone in the fight for human existence? Growing up, my elders always told me to strive for greatness, for a legacy that I could be proud of. Well, what about you? What will your legacy be? A wasteland, a gray sky, and gray seas? We no longer want this uninhabitable earth you plan to hand over to us. We want hope. Hope through action. And if you have any shred of love or faith left in your systems, then you will not watch above us as we suffer and die slowly and slowly with no food left, no water left, no oxygen left. You turn a blind eye. Pretend we don't exist. Well, do you hear us now?
I knew it would come. Deep down in all of our unspoken minds, we knew it would come. But I also knew I was in no position to do anything about it. July 16th. I woke up praying for a great day of harvest. I looked at my daughter and saw her bubbly, youthful spirit that I once lived myself. I saw her potential and her wild dreams radiating as she pranced across the fields. You know, it's funny what they say. You never know what you truly have until you lose everything. I screamed and I screamed and I ran and I ran. Help! Somebody help me! All it felt like was screaming into a void. For the longest time, no one bothered to hear us. No one bothered to do anything about it. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what is happening. What happens when you heat a large pot of water on your stove? The higher you turn the dial, the faster the water evaporates, right? And now we know. The blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. Last time I saw her, she reached out for me. She reached out for me hoping I could save her, but I just couldn't. I could not spread my arms far enough to hold her dainty little hands. I was supposed to be her savior, to protect her in times of trouble. And I failed. If only I had run quicker. If only I had reached sooner. If only I knew earlier. They were supposed to warn us, protect us. Instead, the people who promised us a better life spent our tax money building shelters for themselves. They knew, and instead of cutting emissions or rebuilding infrastructure, they built a private shelter, just spacious enough to fit their precious little bodies. Meanwhile, I can't even find my daughter's body.
Casualties.
Carter Byers, 46, a doctor. Carter Byers, 46, a doctor. Carter Byers, 46.
Sam Wilders. Innocent. Young.
He was just a boy.
We did it, Sam. You did it. You brought all these people together. And Sam, we got all the signatures for the petition. 100,000 signatures. 100,000 people who were touched by you. The city's awake now. And at last, our voices are being heard. The building of the landfill site is under review. Guidelines are being changed. Detrimental actions are being reflected on. Your mum is continuing to spearhead the fight for healthcare in your communities. Sam, all those people who you loved so much, they're gonna be okay. I promise. I'll never stop fighting for what you believed in.
People always ask me, what do I want to be when I grow up?
I respond with alive and healthy. I've given up on these so-called dreams a long time ago. It doesn't matter what I want to be, but where I want to be.
I want to see the clouds and the sun from miles away. I want to see the stars swirling around us.
I want to hear the birds sing and coexist with us as the flowers bloom once again.
I want to be free and run without feeling like my body is on fire. I want to take a breath of fresh air without getting sick.
I want to see justice, responsibility, peace, ethics. All of these long-lost virtues and keys to restoring our home.
I have hope. I believe in you, in me, and in our unified resilience. Now all that's left to do is to leave this stage and to leave it up to you. I trust you, but it is ultimately up to you, isn't it?
for better earth, an earth for you and I see blue waters, I breathe in clean